look like we're working to me. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? All right. No terrible notifications, so we are good. What do we got today? Well, my parents were awesome and sent me the X-Files Lego set. I was actually planning on going down to town to the Lego store and actually buying one of these today. So, yeah, it's really cool. Saves me a trip, and it's very, very nice of them. Um, so I thought since this is kind of like a little extra piece to it, I thought it'd be kind of fun to build this together. Because the actual set is like super massive, but this is a gift with purchase, and it's Scully's little autopsy room, which is pretty cool. Um, so yeah, it's just a kind of a neat little addition to the set, like an extra kind of add-on that you get for free when you buy it during like the release window. So figure this wouldn't take too long to put together, and would be fun to do. A nice, low energy, enjoyable thing, you know? I thought it'd be kind of cool. So, also, I finally top coated my skeletones that we painted the other day. So, still extremely happy with how these came out. Um, yeah, really, really, really mega happy. I'm actually working on the knight for them, the like necromancer right now. He's over on the desk to my left, so I'm finishing him up. I'll be making him some clothes and stuff later. Which is pretty cool. So yeah, but got both those finally top coated, so that's good. All right, but let's see what we get. We get Skelly's little room. She's bringing a donut in there. That seems like a bad idea. I wouldn't bring a donut into an autopsy room, but that's me. You do you, boo. And this is 221 pieces, which is a pretty lot of goddamn pieces for a gift with purchase, to be honest. Um, so yeah. Technically, the bags are numbered, but there's not enough pieces here to really make that matter. So I'm just gonna dump everything out. The bags being numbered is nice. It works really well if you like can't sit down and build the entire thing. Um, it gives you like kind of predestined stopping points, which is really nice. Um, so I have to run queries and stuff at work that take a while to run and kind of lock my whole system up. So I usually have a Lego set on my desk that I'm kind of working on. Right, I'll just pick at it over like a week or two while I wait for stuff to run, and it works really well because of the bag system. I'll have whatever pieces are in bag one, and then all the instructions for bag one. It just kind of works really well. All right, let's see. There she is with the microscope. Yeah, the set does look like it has a lot of cool little builds for little pieces, like little like parts of the lab. Let's see. I think her head has a face on each side too, which is kind of cool. Um, yeah, so you get Skelly with or without the goggles. I think the goggles are are a must. She can be standing there with her like twanging her gloves like she does. And she's got this little checklist. She usually had that little sound recorder too. Or she would be like, subject is yada yada yada. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I used to watch X-Files with my parents all the time. Uh, Pretty much seen all of it up until Agent Doggett like took over. So there's definitely some Doggett episodes I haven't seen, but Besides that, yeah, I used to watch it with my folks all the time. My mom was particularly happy that the Lego set included the Fluke Man, because that's one of her favorite episodes. To be honest, the whole like vignette of little Lego episodes, like the was it DTO, the Lightning Kid, like frying the cows, or um, the episode with the peacocks where they're like pulling the mother out from under the bed, like that would be pretty dope. Those are probably not topics like I would want to do, but it'd still be cool. I don't know if Lego wants inbreeding, incest, crazy hill people Lego set, but if they do, this is the set for it. So yeah, but it's a pretty the big set itself is also really really awesome. Um, the big set's got like the big UFO, and it's Mulder's like office essentially, which is pretty cool. And honestly, a really good choice for like to represent the X-Files. What the hell is that piece? Oh, it's a fly. Interesting. That's probably a reference that I'm not getting. There's a little fly. That's got to be a reference I'm not getting. That's got to be a hidden little Easter egg. Yeah, it's funny. The X-Files is kind of the reason I got a psychology degree, to be honest. Um, the episode Chantilly Lace, which is where a psychic is helping them find missing persons. And the whole episode is about Scully like coming to believe that this guy is actually psychic. And yeah, it's just really awesome episode. Because the guy's psychic power actually comes from like interest in the potential for things. He talks about how he got it when essentially he became obsessed with the idea that the Big Bopper died in a plane crash over a coin flip. And yeah, I don't know. The episode spoke to me over the understanding and questioning of nature. I don't know. Irony is that now you could not convince me for the life of me to go work for the FBI. uh, because man, like Mulder actually had some pretty shitty treatment in the FBI, to be totally honest. Like they made his fucking ass work in the basement, you know? Or Mulder. Uh, in fairness, could you imagine having Mulder as a coworker? Like, just, dude, Like every day you come in and there's some new fucking random bullshit like we're going to Tahiti to go look at little statues that might be coming alive. You know what I mean? like like trying to imagine like just like you just want to come in, right? Like you had a long busy weekend, you just want to come in, you want to sit down, you want to drink your fucking coffee and read your emails and, Mulder rolls up and he's like, "There's a body in the morgue for you. I'm flying to Alaska." Oh. Like man, that would yeah, I would I think getting older I feel for Scully a little there, but really everyone else in that affair was kind of a dick to Mulder, which is a shame. It's kind of funny because you see a lot of episodes where Mulder is right, but I bet you there's like just as many ones where like he's going off on some shit that isn't true, and he's just kind of like, you just kind of have to put up with it. Just be like, no, Mulder, the statue's not coming alive today. But I guess he represents the desire to know and the interest to believe, whereas Skelly is the personification of skepticism and science. Kind of looks like building a boombox there. It's kind of a weird one, isn't it? What is that supposed to be? I get that's supposed to be a cabinet, but what is that? Is it a sink? Oh, I bet that becomes a sink. That's so cool. If that becomes a sink, that's really cool. So there we go. I like that there's even like some like difference down in like they didn't need to do that, but like at least there's some kind of difference down there, right? But like they didn't need to do that. But yeah, it's the fucking sink. That's really neat. Oh shit, I'm supposed to have another piece there. Okay. Makes sense. Chantilly lace hanging down. So the world go round, 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 round. But yeah, X Files was a good show. It's definitely one of those shows where like I I don't think it would work nowadays. Like from a like designing the show standpoint. Um, but like it's the source where a lot of people learned about a lot of like cryptids and that kind of stuff, right? The things that people didn't know about, right? Like, man, I remember being a kid and being fucking scared as shit of the Jersey Devil episode. That one was super scary, right? And then you would have something like that where it's very clearly like a monster of the week, and then you would have all the stuff with like the black ooze and the guys that would like spontaneously combust, light people on fire. Like a lot of these ideas aren't like anything new nowadays, right? Like it's not as like, oh man, that's crazy like it was back then, but back then this was like crazy stuff. And Yeah, it's really coming together nice. And that itself is kind of interesting, right? Like the evolution of media over time has sort of like, I won't say like reduced this kind of stuff, but like definitely someone who didn't have it when they were growing up with it might look at it and go, "Oh, that's kind of boring and dumb," just because a lot of the concepts and stuff they've probably already heard about, right? Like, you know, I imagine most people nowadays know what the Mothman is, um, or like, uh, what is it like? There's an episode about like MK Ultra, right? Like this kind of stuff, I feel like is a little more culturally relevant and known, whereas like back in the 90s, it was just kind of like weird, right? And that made it interesting. I like that there's a special stud for her donut. Round, 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 round. Um, there we go. It's like little thing there. And then we got two. What even are those? Are those clear? I think they're clear. Just got all the bottles all nicely lined up. And these ones get green caps. And then let's see, there's this. This gets an upside down piece. There's an extra donut and an extra fly, so that's cool. Huh? Where's that upside down piece? Is it this? Yeah, it's that. Okay. Some kind of like little tray or something for her. Oh. But yeah, I mean, like nowadays we would expect like I don't know. I don't know. It feels like the stakes for things are so freaking high nowadays for everything, right? Like everything is this giant, like world-ending catastrophe kind of deal. Um, and there's almost like not anything that's kind of little stories, right? Like a lot of this X-Files, like they were just tiny little stories, right? Like the DTO one I mentioned was a kid that could just control the weather, like, right? And it had to do with like a town, and that was it. And it wasn't like he was going to blow up the government or, anything crazy. He was just like an angsty fucking teen, and it was his commentary on young men and media and, you know, like interesting stuff, but like not, the end of the world kind of threats that a lot of things are nowadays, right? Like this must be the emergency light in the room, or it's a light for uncleared personnel. But I doubt it's that second one, because like, I mean, what would an autopsy even be classified as? What, like confidential at most, regardless of the case, just because it's not. I don't think it'd be a secure area either way. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's kind of funny that I've been working on the Death Cube stuff, and I was building the Lego D&D set that my parents got me also, which was very nice of them. Um, I was building that, and it occurred to me that with the Death Cube stuff that I've been building on stream, that I've essentially been building a play set, right? Um, like the same kind of thing you'd find in like a Lego set. And I thought that realization was kind of funny. Right? I was basically building a play set for miniatures. Let's see. Got some kind of dispenser here. Kind of cool how that works. Yeah, that's really neat. Yeah, I just found the idea that, essentially building like a playset for miniatures is particularly funny. When I had it sitting here on my desk right next to the D&D playset, um, I was like, wow, how things have changed. you know? Um, Actually working on a second floor for that right now, for the fantasy one that's right there. That one. Yeah, I'm actually working on a second floor for it. I had tried to change up the design, but I don't. Oh, it's gonna become cabinets. Fuck, that's cool. That's really cool how that works. Oh man, that's neat. Whoever like thought that up, Lego really needs to give them a raise. That's super cool. And then look, it's like two windows on top of each other. Look at that. That's fucking dope. Right? And then these are just gonna sit on there. Man, that's turbo cool. Yeah. Whoever came up with how that works, man, that's awesome. Because it's essentially the stuff in the cabinet holding it to the wall. And like you wouldn't, like I wouldn't think to build in that way, right? Because I thought these were some kind of dispensers. I was like, oh, those are neat, but no, it's actually shelves, two levels of shelves with different stuff on them. That's really freaking cool. Really, really cool. I must have missed a step though. My wall is not as high as this is, which tells me I missed a step. But yeah, that's really neat, like building idea. And then these hold it on so it doesn't rattle around. Yeah, that's freaking genius. Let's see, we got one over there, we got one right here. Alright, completely out of the way then. The fly has to be an Easter egg that I'm not getting. The donut, I assume, probably is too. Let's see, we got the door. But yeah, man, such a cool build. It's so like tight and compact. That's probably the next step. Yeah, it is. Okay. That is, I bet you that's, yeah. All right. And let's see. Definitely a neat little set for sure. And it's crazy that like they give you stuff like this for free. I mean, everything else is very expensive, yes, with Lego. But I mean, honestly, the Lego prices don't scare me that much considering I bought lots of GW. And GW is like 400 times worse than Lego as far as marking stuff up goes. Wow, yeah, that's really cool. That's really awesome. They did a great job with that. I guess now we get to build more little greeblies for it. Can never have too many little greeblies. Is that a pill bottle? That's really cool. Look at that. It's a little pill bottle. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see, the little petri dish goes on here. And then this gets this robot arm. And that holds, but I have it backwards. And it makes a little microscope. Let's see, this goes then here. Wow, this is super cool. Whoa, what a weird piece that is. Look at that. I've never seen a Lego piece like that before. It's like a couple different pieces kind of fused together there. It's super weird. This is going to be her light, I think. This goes right there. Okay. Then we make her autopsy table, which I think is kind of cool that it has little studs to hold people on. I'll grab an extra guy and we can put him on there. Yeah, see these studs, they're for the bottoms of the feet, like the backs of the feet, so that the minifigure will stay on there. Gotta get the bottom. But even look at this, right? Like look at the little bit of extra detail, right? Like they didn't need to use these little swivel pieces here. That's unnecessary. But it adds, right? Like it just adds a little bit of nice greebly to it. And there's the desk. Let's see, we got our light here. That gets one of these with a gray one. And that goes like that. There we go. I mean, look at the fucking lamp even has like the weight on the back. Like, come on, man. They did a fucking great job with this. God. I see stuff like this and I feel dumb, man. Whoever designed this, really amazing work. Very, very cool. And then this is like her little swirly operating assistant table thing. All right, then we got a bunch of extra pieces, little guys here, there. Yeah, and we got a spot for Scully here. Wow, that's really cool. Let me grab a little extra dude to put on the bed. There we go. We have a dead koala. Bleh. He died from chlamydia. But yeah, that's so cool. They did such a good job with that. And I guess there's a couple different pegs on the floor for her, so you can kind of have her kind of standing around in different spots. Um, kind of want to move this to the other side, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like that reads a little better then. You know what I mean? Because then she can be kind of more in the middle of the scene, I think. Yeah, I think that works. I think that reads better. Actually, move that down. It's better if it's there. Yeah, that's super cool. I want to know what the fly is though. I feel like I'm missing that. I feel like I'm missing that little Easter egg. But man, really, really awesome room. It'd be really cool if this like slotted into the main set, but I know it doesn't, but it would be really cool if it did. Like a whole bunch of like little scenes like this, like just a whole set made out of them, right? Would be just amazing. And you could do that for like really like any TV show. Um, I don't watch a lot of TV, but you could really do like little like familiar locations like this. And I think that would be super cool. But yeah, there you go. Took about half an hour. But I was also going pretty fast, you know. Oh, I can make a sad piece of Lego commentary. Here we go. R.I.P. my boy Bionicle. There you go. R.I.P. my poor Bionicle boy. There on the autopsy slab. But yeah, that's super freaking cool. They did a great job with that. It's nice, it's sturdy, it's got a ton of references in it. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Really awesome gift with purchase. It's really a shame they don't sell these separate because, like, as long as the X-Files set is out, I feel like this one should be out too. So that's a big shame, but yeah. Awesome, awesome stuff. Well, this was just a little silly thing because I wanted to build this today. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be playing some 5 leagues mixed with Frostgrave tomorrow. So we'll be doing our first campaign mission. So our first campaign tour in 5 leagues using our guys from the Frostgrave campaign. So we'll be using all the Frostgrave combat and stuff like that. And then we'll be using the 5 leagues campaign system using the map and stuff that we made last weekend. So, yep. So that's tomorrow. Super looking forward to it. Should be very fun. We'll be back with my little platypus guy. Can continue his adventure of looting and pillaging as he does. But I'm going to go ahead and call it there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a good one, and I want to believe.